Hello, Reformers, and welcome back to Phantasy Calradia. Now, when we left off, we had successfully captured Praven from the Kingdom of the Nords, and for some reason, it appears that King Ragnar did not want to attempt a retaliatory strike against us, so he headed off into the direction of Ribile Castle, and that gave us a little bit of breathing room to head back to Werchegg. As you could see, we entered here, and there are a couple of surprises within the castle, which we will get to in just a moment, but I have some great news. On the way back to Werchegg right here, I noticed that there were a couple of villagers coming from Ruvar, I believe, and they were being chased by some Hell Knights. Yes, Hell Knights. I'm not entirely sure why they would decide to chase some villagers, or maybe they weren't trying to chase some villagers, but it seemed very much like that to me. Now, one of you did state in the previous episode, in the comments, that the Hell Knights could be found near the Sea Raiders. So I thought to myself, oh, I didn't know that. Okay, we're going to go over there and try it out and see whether we can find some. And lo and behold, there were some. So we fought them, and we were successful. Oh yes, we have some Twilight armor and some Twilight gauntlets. Unfortunately, I was not able to get the boots or indeed a helm, which is a little unfortunate, I must admit. But you may notice that I have a different helm on, because one of you said that the helm in question didn't really go with our armor, so I thought, well, maybe this will be nice to be able to see Arkane's face a little bit. At least until we are able to acquire the Twilight helm. Not entirely sure what that looks like, but I think if it's anything like the armor the Hell Knights are wearing, then it must be amazing, so that would be really cool. But nevertheless, here we are. We have a huge amount of food, and of course we have a black shield as well, so it all goes very nicely with our armor here. I think all we really need now is to head down to Delthasum Empire lands, perhaps, and if and when we get 7 in riding, which is probably going to take a huge amount of time, but if we do, at some point, then it would be wonderful to get Nightmare, which is of course the horse, the flaming horse of death, that would be rather fitting to our character, but nevertheless, we do really need to get some boots, because as you can see, battered mail boots, absolutely terrible, but yes, nevertheless, we did find some Twilight armor, thankfully enough. Oh my, that took quite a while, didn't it? And I was just so pleased to find a band of Hell Knights, and there we are. So, yes, we head in to the castle now, and there are 2 surprises here for us. One is Lord Devlian. He has obviously defected from the Swadians, and we have Lord Naldera, who is a vassal of the Vaegirs, who has attempted to pledge allegiance to us. Now, as you can see, I am rather low HP. There is a very good reason for that. I was summoning quite a few shadows, and I was so excited to start the episode I forgot to rejuvenate ourselves, but yes, nevertheless, I will be speaking to Lord Devlian and accepting his pledge, I believe. There we are, that sounds good. And I think Lord Naldera would probably be quite good too, so why not? Let's take as many as we can, and then we'll give them some fiefs just to start them off. Now, we're going to give them Asgard, Devlian, there we are. Now, Lord Play is becoming quite a problem, so maybe he will be the next one to be indicted, who knows? Well, we'll see. Okay, that seems fine. And yes, it seems Mamun, Play, and Nuwas are having issues here. Fruorin is not doing too badly either, so that's pretty reasonable. And there we are. So, now, what to do? Yes, what to do? It is a mighty question right here, because I was thinking, well, let's head to Ribile Castle and attempt to take that, and then maybe, because one of you stated that the Nords actually had another fief close to the desert, and here it is, Raindy Castle. I had no idea that they had actually captured that, and we may indeed need to make a huge journey all the way down there to be able to take that and wipe out the Nords once and for all, and then we can start using their units without any morale issues. That would be wonderful, so that we can use them against the fight with the dwarves. So maybe that would be an idea. And wait a minute. We have Curor. Okay, it appears that Lord Naldera was the Lord of Curor, and he defected with it to us, which is, wow. I must just say that is incredible. But yes, there we are. We've expanded our territory without even doing anything, so, that is rather nice, I must admit. And who was the other fellow that joined us? He was part of the Swadians. Well, the Swadians really don't have a very large territory as it is, and I do not believe we have gained any territory in that case, which is, well, disappointing, but nevertheless, we do gain a vassal who can hopefully field more than 25 units, which is currently what Lady Matheld can do, which is a little unfortunate, I must admit. I was hoping maybe that she would gain more renown a little bit faster, but, well, what can you do? We are now going to be heading off as soon as I rejuvenate myself. 8% HP we have at the moment. I will be placing most of our units in the garrison here, and so that will hopefully prevent our morale from reducing any further due to... what is it? Due to... party size? Oh no, there's the weekly budget, as you can see here. We're gaining 7,700, which is rather cool. And there we are, party morale. Oh, wow. That's pretty cool. We're actually getting extra morale for Order of the Blazing Hand troops. Well, maybe we should get some more of those. That would be rather nice. But yes, we're losing 1 for dwarves, which is not exactly the greatest amount, and 7 for Nords. Huh, that is rather strange. Okay, well, yes, mainly it is party size, as you can see. So, yes, that's what I will be doing, and when we return, I will hopefully be down at either Kral Castle or Ribule Castle, depending on what kind of fight I want to have. I think the Nords are probably going to be the ones to fall this day, but you never know. The mood may take me to Kral Castle instead, so I will see you once we have arrived. Okay, so on my way to Ribule Castle, I noticed that the Kingdom of the Nords were beginning a siege, as you can see, against Horus Castle, and I attempted to, of course, wait here for some time, and then I would have cut back, but it appears that Lord Lugi Ortracker decided to interrupt this particular Jarl. Jarl Rayek it is, and I believe he is probably one of the strongest vassals in the Nord's kingdom at the moment, apart from, of course, King Ragnar. And on a note of Mr. Ortracker over here, he had actually attempted a siege against Ribule Castle himself, and I was so proud of him, that is for sure. So without further ado, we are going to be heading in here and attempting to help him out. And then we will hopefully be able to move on to Ribule Castle and indeed take it. And it's been quite a while since we've done a field battle, and of course I do have my better armor on now, so hopefully I will be able to survive, well, let's just say more than 5 seconds, maybe? That would be wonderful. But yes, let us attempt to get our mages in a good place. How many mages do we have? 13, okay. We do have Alethera as well, shooting her bow away. Okay. It appears that Mr. Ortracker is very audacious indeed, isn't he? Look at that. He's actually going very close to the enemy indeed. I suppose that is mainly due to the fact that he has no mages whatsoever, but I don't think he needs them. So let's try to do a little bit of damage on our warg here. I am being a little cautious, as you can probably tell, because I do not want to get taken off him. It would be awful if he went down and became lame or anything like that, so I'm just hoping that I'll be able to do a significant amount of damage while being rather cautious. But, of course, as you can see here, I'm doing 46 damage. It's not too bad, I've got to admit. 27 is a little bit worse, though, so yes, we do need to be cautious of that. Oh, no. Okay, come on, we need our mages to actually be a little bit closer so that they can do more damage. I really should use this as a two-handed sword, but I'm just worried that I'm going to... I was about to say I'm just worried that I'm going to get shot by some of the Nord archers, but then I remembered that Nord archers aren't exactly the greatest things ever, so maybe without a shield would have been better for this. So, let's use our staff. No, we're not going to use that. My staff. I've had that for quite some time, and yet I am absolutely useless at using it. And it appears that Mr. Ortracker would have probably been able to win out in that particular skirmish himself. No problem at all, but I was thinking to myself, what do I want? I want to get some morale, of course. And I gained 7 there. Now, as you can see, the ally casualties from Mr. Ortracker's party are only 2. And one of them was a peasant woman, the other one was a paragon, and wasn't even killed, so... It appears that most of the units taken out were mine, which is a little unfortunate, but at least we have improved our relation with Mr. Ortracker here. And yes, thank you very much. And we do get to take this guy prisoner if we want, but I think if we let him go, I think Mr. Ortracker will take him. Maybe? Well, I think I will let him go and we'll see whether Mr. Ortracker will take him. I'm pretty sure he will. I'm not entirely sure, actually. Oh no. Well, it doesn't really matter because that fellow seems to have a pretty good personality for an AI, so yes, that is not bad at all. Now, I'm going to be taking a few things here. Hopefully recoup some of the losses that we had there, and I will let our companion there take the rest of these prisoners too. So there we are, that is fine, so that's great, and we can now head on to Ribule Castle. Should we ask him to join us? Maybe we should. Yes, it was a great victory. Okay, now, should we give some troops to him? I think we might want to move first and then talk to him. Yes, there we are. 14 zombies. Let's give 14 zombies to this fellow right here. So, yes, I want to give some troops to you. And he says, I could use some good soldiers. Well, here are some zombies. They're not exactly good, but I suppose they would draw some fire away from your more valuable units. Or at least that is the hope. And let's see. Does that increase his relation? Ah, unfortunately not this time around. So, it appears that I cannot ask him, mainly due to the fact that I am not the marshal at the moment. He is the marshal. I gave him the marshalship because I believed that Ulusame was not doing the greatest of jobs with it. So, hopefully, Ortracker will show us how good he is at leading, and we will soon see how that ends up. So, there we are. Moraga has leveled up, of course, and we've just spent her points. And now, we will head on to Ribule Castle as quickly as we can. King Loke! Oh no! He's over here, it appears. Yes, we have Ulusame and Fruorin over to the side here. He is raiding this at the moment. 305 in that fellow's party. That is something I am not going to want to get involved with. And thankfully enough, because he has 305, he is going to be incredibly slow. So I'm pretty sure that all of our vassals will be able to escape without any issues. So that is good. Yes, he has laid siege to that. And oh my goodness. Look at that! Did you see that? King Ragnar of the Kingdom of Nords has been taken prisoner by the Realm of Shadows. That is incredible. I was not expecting that, that is for sure. Okay, and oh wow. Okay, the Nords are totally getting hammered into the ground now. Kingdom of Swadia has declared war against them. Oh my. And who is this? Aha, Lord Marmun. He is not in my good books at the moment, but maybe he can prove himself a little more. And so, we arrive at Ribule Castle. Let us see what is within. 99, okay. Well, let's do it, shall we? It is a siege tower, so this will take 90 hours. And that reminds me, I did forget to ask Artimena to rejoin my party. And I probably should have installed someone else to be our minister, because Artimena does have 4? Is it 4 in engineering? That would be so useful right now, but oh well, that is my poor memory. But nevertheless, oh no, it appears that Lord Naldera of the Realm of Shadows was defeated in battle, but at least he was able to escape, which is more than I can say for Fruorin and Lady Mateld. And oh my goodness, look at that. Order of the Blazing Hand have taken Bardak Castle from the Delthasum Empire, and it appears that the elves have had enough of the Delthasum Empire's expansions, and so they are attempting to wage war against them. That should be rather interesting, to say the least. There is a Swadian vassal passing by. What are you doing here? Go and take Reindy Castle for me. Yes, he needs to head all the way down here and take that from the Nords, so I don't need to make the huge trip down there. And I would really not like to take it, to be honest, because it is rather difficult to, I suppose, defend. And I am going to be declining this because, of course, we are sieging Ribule Castle as we speak. And if we were to make peace, then we would have to let all of our prisoners, and that is, of course, all vassals' prisoners, and let them go. Now, Rochabath from the Norcrack realm was just taken prisoner by the Realm of Shadows. So that is wonderful. It appears that our new vassals are boosting our power rather nicely, I must admit. So that is great, and as a result of that as well, our other vassals should have a greater boost in confidence as well, and they'll be able to gain more renown. So I think accepting all of these vassals is probably a great, I suppose, help to our kingdom here. I hope. Oh my. Okay, so we have some shadow wizards and some master mages. We also have some, well, journeyman mages. Ymira was taken out by a lesser mercenary mage. That is embarrassing. We do need to get her some magic defense. If she gets taken out though, how am I supposed to get her experience? That is awful. Well, maybe she will slowly level up from our trainer skill. That is probably going to be how it is. Now, mages, as we all know, are incredibly powerful against regular units, and that is to say Nords, but I am really requiring the Nords to be able to do battle against the dwarven units, because if I go to, let's just say, Kral Castle with a huge amount of mages as we currently have at the moment, well, we don't really have that many, but we have quite a few in comparison to, I suppose, how many we had before. And now we just need to decide what we're going to take here. I do not want to take Nords because of course that will reduce our morale quite a bit, so we'll take some veteran mercenary mages and some regular mercenary mages. And what else? Is there anything here that you can see? Let's take a peasant woman, why not? And then head onward. So, a novice robe. Okay, I will not be taking that. And now, who do we want to give this to? This is Ribile Castle. We could probably give it to Lord Devlian. Was Lord Devlian defeated? I have a feeling that Ore Tracker would be a wonderful target for this castle right here. Well, I don't know. Well, Lord Naldera, I think, is fine. He's got one town already. I think we'll probably give this to Devlian or Mateld. Maybe to Mateld, but Devlian has more renown, so he would be able to utilize it better. So what I will do is I'll give this to Devlian, and maybe I will give Reindy Castle or Kral Castle, depending on which we take first, to Lady Mateld. I think that's probably going to be the way to go, as Lady Mateld has actually just gone into the minuses, and Lord Play is minus 27. Really? Okay, he is definitely going to be indicted soon, I think, because I do not want him to take his fiefs away, I suppose, with him. That would be awful to lose territory once we have just gained it. So, yes, let's take a look at Kral Castle now. We are incredibly close to it. 33 zombies from the remains of our enemies right there, not too bad. And who is that? Lord Devlian himself. Okay, so he appears to be traveling to Ribile Castle. Hopefully he will garrison it with a huge amount of units. Oh, no. Oh, 45 Dwarven champions. That's actually not too bad. Huh. Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll level up these units, and then we will head in and see what kind of siege it actually is, because if it's a siege tower, then I think I'm probably going to have to make my way back to Wercheg. But if it is a ladder, which it is, then I think we could probably do quite a reasonable job on it. So let's try it out, shall we? This is going to be rather risky, because I have a feeling that, yes, King Loke is close to us. Now, Fanada, where is Fanada? Oh, it's up there. Okay, it's quite far away, but Ambion is not. Oh my goodness, Ambion was very close to us right there, and I have a feeling that Alul Mariga was attempting to interrupt us. Well, here we go. This is going to be a massacre. It depends which side, though. Are we going to be massacred, or are we going to do the massacring? Oh, yes. This is not looking good, as you can see by that first initial burst of damage. Okay, here we go. Let's get our mages at the front here. Even though our mages are going to be absolutely useless against these dwarves, I would like to weaken them up at least a little bit. And our Blazing Hand Inquisitors appear to be doing a rather serious amount of damage so far, so that's pretty good. Okay, come on guys, stand down here and let our wizards... What? What is going on here? Oh, okay, never mind. It appears we're taking out quite a few of the low-level dwarven units. And that is why I was incredibly shocked that our wizards were actually doing anything, because as you saw at the siege at Wercheg when the dwarves, all those days ago, declared war on us, I decided, oh my goodness, look at that! There was absolutely no way we would be able to defend with those fellows right there. And no! How dare you! You just killed an elite Calradian infantry. And that was an armored shadow warrior. Oh my goodness. And that reminds me, I probably should have used charm on that fellow. Well, yes. At least I have remembered now, so I suppose next time it happens, if it does, we will be able to utilize that function. So, let's get our lightning bolt out. And, oh yes, I must just mention, before we head up in here and attempt to take them out, how many have we taken out so far? 83, not bad. There are 225 stationed here, though, so we do need to make sure that we take out a rather considerable amount before we head in, because they do have, in my opinion, superior infantry. But yes, as I was saying, I think what I will do is take a look at one of the previous episodes of Phantasy Calradia, because one of you did mention a rather extensive list of different items that I am able to acquire, and I think the item that you mentioned that I am looking forward to getting is a Ring of Healing, or something similar to that effect, and it goes on your glove slot, I believe, and that would just be amazing, because as you can see at the moment, I haven't taken a lot of damage for quite some time, but it would eventually be able to heal me back up to full HP, at least I hope so, and of course it would heal surrounding units as well, so maybe something like that would be really, really useful, and I'm going to look back and see where I can actually get that from. So hopefully I'll be able to wander around and try to find it in a marketplace, or maybe it is a drop from a particular NPC or something along those lines. So that is something that I'll need to definitely get a hold of. Because at the time when I heard about it, I was like, oh my, I really have to get that. That would be amazing. Oh no, here we go. Let's charm someone. Where's the undead? Oh, he's over there. Oh no. Was he already killed? Yes, he was. Oh wow, that was quick. Okay, well at least our Calradian infantry and our Blazing Hand footmen were ready for it this time. And oh my goodness, we're actually doing a pretty reasonable job. Hey, Blazing Hand units, can you heal me? Some of them can. Oh my. Okay, well, maybe I can charm some of these fellows from over here. That would be nice, but I don't think so somehow. They're using their shields to great effect. Okay, so we've taken out 186. I think it's about time that we head in with our infantry units before the next wave of reinforcements is introduced to their battlements. I'm going to be using my sword in a two-handed manner because, of course, it swings a lot faster then, and hopefully I will not get taken out. I actually took someone out already, which is rather impressive, to say the least. Usually I don't get shot in the face by a gunner dwarf, but nevertheless, we have been taken down by one of their useless gunners. And if you watch one of my other series, then you will know that gunners are my bane as of late. Yes, very recently they have been causing me quite a bit of trouble, so I suppose this is no different. But thankfully enough, we were able to pull off a rather extensive victory, and I was rather surprised at our wizards' capability right there, because if you remember all those days ago at the Wercheg siege, when we had no idea that the dwarves were actually at war with us, our mages did absolutely no damage to the dwarven units, and they were able to completely massacre us. But I suppose that is mainly due to the fact that they were attacking and we were defending, so that could be one of the reasons why. So without further ado, look at this. 41 morale and 13 renown is wonderful. And we killed 229 units, and we only lost 5 due to our mages, of course. But yes, it appears that these measures are required these days, because if we do not, then we're just going to lose a huge amount of units, and I will not be able to continue onward. So, let us take a look here. I'm going to be taking these Blazing Hand units, that is for sure. So, do we want to take anything else? Are there any renegade mages? Ah, it appears not. I was hoping for some bandit mages so that they can become dark mages and indeed liches eventually. That would be wonderful. And, I think we'll just take one of these veteran mercenary mages and then head on. I don't really want to take enemies. Do I? Okay, I'll take some prisoners, why not? And anything else here? Ooh, pretty nice armor. Oh my goodness. Oh wow, okay, we definitely want to equip one of our companions with these items. Look at how good it is! 56 to body armor, it's almost as good as this Twilight armor, and that was a special item, oh my goodness. Okay, well, there we are. That is rather nice, I must admit, so yes, that's great. Now we can move on. Xanaver has advanced in level, and we will be giving, as I stated before, Lady Mateld this castle, and now Lord Play is ever more hating us. He is at minus 33, and Lord Nuas is at minus 17. So that's something to, of course, worry about. Oh my. Okay, so there we are. We have taken Kral Castle without too many issues, and I was, wow, not entirely sure why I hesitated so much previously, but it appears that maybe we were lucky. I'm not entirely sure. Well, there we are. That was a rather nice conquering right there. We have consolidated our territory rather nicely, and the only thing we need to do next is take out Tharok's Gate. That is going to be very difficult indeed. Raindy Castle is also... Oh my! It's actually under siege. Wow. I'm actually wondering whether it was that fellow I said, "Oh, go and siege that for me, will you?" Yeah, I'm actually thinking it might be that fellow. But yes, that would be wonderful if they were able to take it. And then maybe we would have taken out the Nords, potentially. And then we would be able to recruit Nord units and use them in our siege offensive at Tharok's Gate. So, I will end this episode off here. I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.